Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video I'm going to show you how to use the ES6 arrow function in JavaScript. So right here you see, if you have used JavaScript before, you'll know that when you have to use a function, you can simply type in the word function, and then you'll have to add a name to the function, and then two parentheses, and then the curly braces, and then the code to run will be inside of these two curly braces. Alright, so this is the regular way of typing functions in JavaScript, but actually there is another way of typing functions, and that is called the arrow functions. So now I'm gonna go to the next line here, and actually just before I do that, let me just get rid of this say hello here, because it will make sense to you. So now you see I have unnamed function, so I don't have any names for this function. And now what I'm gonna do is, instead of typing the word function there, I can use, so let me zoom in so you can see it better. Alright, so I can use equals to greater than sign. So this equal sign and greater than sign is equivalent of saying function. And instead of adding the parentheses to the right side of the word function, you'll have to add the parentheses to the beginning. Alright, so these parentheses right here, these ones are equivalent to these ones right here. Alright, and then you will have to add two curly braces just like any other function, and you see right here we have them here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the name back to this function. So I'm gonna say hello, for example. So this is the name of this function. And right here for the arrow function, if you want to add a name here, you'll have to use a variable, and then we'll have to assign this function to it. So for example, I'm gonna use the word const. You can use let or whatever you want. You can use let, var, and then I'm gonna say, for example, say hello to. Alright, and then equals to. So now this function simply has the name of say hello to. Alright, and you see right here on line 22 I have this line of code, and whenever I click on this bottom, you see it says hello. And now I'm going to add the same thing to our function here, to our new function, the arrow syntax function here. So I'm going to paste that here. And now you see if I click on say hello, you see nothing works because I'm still calling the old function. So let me change it to the new function name, which is say hello to. So now if I change it to say hello to, if I click on say hello, you see it still says hello. So this basically means that this function is equivalent to the other one. So now sometimes you may see some people, they don't even have to use the curly braces when they use the new arrow function. Well, you can avoid using curly braces when you have one statement. So for example, in this case, you see I have this one line of code that basically sets the inner HTML to hello. So I'll not need to use these curly braces. So I'm gonna get rid of it. Alright, and if I click on say hello, you see it still works. So these curly braces are optional when you have one line or one line of statement. So for example, if you have one line of code or one line statement, you will not need to use the curly braces. Or if you were to add the word return, if you were to return something, you would not need that either if you have only one statement. So if you have one statement, you can simply avoid using curly braces when you are using this arrow functions. And if you have an argument, you can simply add the arguments here. So for example, x comma y, you could simply add that there, and for the regular function you would add the arguments here. Alright, so I hope that I have given you a basic idea about how to use the arrow syntax function And if you have any questions, please leave them below. If you have not understood some parts of the video, please pause the video and go back and rewatch it. It might not make sense to you, the first time, but it will make sense to you when you watch it after 2 or 3 times. Alright? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in the next videos.